Spring Breakers.
The bottom. All right.
I gave Spring Breakers 2 out of 5, and this is what I said. It was supposed to be edgy, artistic, and a little funny. But here are the more accurate adjectives: trashy, repetitive, and a little boring. That's my mini review. So here's the thing. I have a little bit of a bone to pick with you, Logan, because you sort of recommended this movie. You were a little on the fence, but you went with a lot. Yeah, you should go see it. If anything, I think you wanted to see my take because
Yeah.
it's a I don't want to say it's a controversial movie, but so the premise here is four girls rob a diner or something. It doesn't matter. Get some money so they can go on spring break and participate in all of the craziness that is spring break for adolescents or whatever. And the phrase that stuck with me from when you told me about it was, "And hijinks ensue." So here's the thing: there are no hijinks in this movie.
Oh, you quibble with that,
Not the
huh?
way I thought that maybe this is a minor quibble, but I thought I was like, oh, it's going to be quirky and funny in the way they rob stores. They don't know how to do things, and they're girls that are now going to be off on their own, and they're going to mess up things in life because they're coming into their own or something. No, not so much. It's mostly um, these four girls get away with most everything. They do spend a night in jail. They're bailed out by a gangster figure
Come on,
played by.
James Franco was pretty cool, wasn't he? Can
Yeah,
you
no,
remember?
James Franco was great in the movie. He, as you put it, he plays a creepy yet sensitive, or how did you say it? It was pretty funny.
Creepy
Like,
yet charming yet creepy.
yeah, creepy yet charming yet creepy gangster dude. He bails them out. You don't know exactly what his motives are, but you're still mostly comfortable with him, even though right away one of the girls isn't. Not to give away too much, but the whole thing, the reason it's repetitive is you told me like, oh, it plays with perspective. It didn't. The perspective it plays with didn't add much for me. Like I kept seeing just more and more boobs and different angles of kids partying, the more I saw it, the more I was like, I get it. Like if
Oh,
you cut
well,
out that part of the movie, it's only like 30 minutes long.
the main part of playing with perspective, I thought it was really fascinating. The first time you see them rob that diner, it looks, relatively quirky, playful. And then you see it again, and it looks like a completely different act.
Fair enough. That's a decent part of perspective if that were the only attempt. And that one did work for me. I like what you're saying there because you see a robbery from two angles and it's a little different each time. Um, I don't know why this movie was supposed to be so brilliant, but there's a lot of the press around it or the way it tries to promote itself is like from the director who's brought you such things as Nothing You've Ever Heard of. Harmony, he has this weird name and I've never seen or heard of anything he's done, but apparently he's like brilliant. Um, and I don't get that.
Well, sorry if it was overhyped, and I know this is a mini review. Just the only thing I'll say is everything that you're saying sort of pisses you off, or maybe that's too strong of a word. What I got from this movie is I think Harmony Korine is trying to have like this conversation with you as the audience. It's trying to make you uh, look at the way you view things, at your expectations about how these charming girls can do such terrible things, and what does that say about you that you weren't expecting that? Whereas maybe for boys you might have been less unexpecting that. And so just the fact that it engages you as an audience makes you question your own expectations and preconceptions. I thought was really fascinating.
No, that's a good positive wrap up, and I want to meet you halfway and just say it really didn't work for me. I gave it 2 out of 5, and that second star is really to signify that there were some interesting themes at play here, and you just summed it up beautifully. However, I could have gotten that a lot better and a lot less time spent, and I totally don't recommend it. But if you like what Logan just said, then this mini review you could spin it around maybe. I don't know. So there you
Yeah, I
go.
go back to our podcast from a few months ago, and I liked it. Anyway,
All
okay.
right, two out of 5. Okay.